My name is Kenadie Cobbin-Richardson, and I am telling a story about how I really came face to face with racism at 17 years old, and how mentally I just really didn't want to deal with the fact that there was a world out there that didn't want to accept me because I had never had the question asked of me before. It was shocking for a 17-year-old going to college from an all-Black high school to a predominantly white institution, who on the way, there was a KKK meeting in progress. And when I got there, they were picketing the attendance of 12 African-American students attending. And I felt that I'd been thrown back to the 60s of times I had just heard about. But the entire 4 years was riddled with ghetto parties and blackface and racial slurs. And it had been with people who had never, literally, they were wealthy enough to have never even known a Black family, except maybe one. And of course, they were different, than everyone else. And so it was so alarming for me that after I left that institution, I graduated 4 years later, I left and went to Japan. I needed to get away from America. And when I got to Japan, people asked me, what are you? And I was like, Black, I guess. And they were like, no, you're from America. And that was the very first time I said I'm American. And then I, came back 3 years later and realized that this is my home too. And it's America and I'm American. And this story, this piece is just about kind of the continuous denial of who we are in this country and how it affects me. I can't breathe as I inhale. White privilege reports another death of another Black male, like, oh, well, I'm desperately trying to make sense of your hate, sending Trayvon, an unarmed Black child, to the pearly gate. This is why Martin couldn't wait. And Emmett Till's fate was sealed just because a white woman said so. And that strange fruit hung from those trees and bled so. And even when it wasn't enough just to kill us in the South, you had to dismember my grandfather's body and stick it in his mouth. You nasty, dirty spawn of Satan. You came out of your mother's womb hating. Is that your purpose in the world? Were you that garden snake that deceived that girl? Bringing your sin upon the world, and you tease us pretending that you're not real. But it's Jesus that we need, because if you understood how I feel, you kneeled and bowed down to get your life, homie. But it's fear that drives you, because truth is, you really know me. You know you're the extreme opposite of who we are. No matter what the competition is, we're the star. And just when you think we've maxed out and finished, we show you who's boss, and we take over golf and tennis. Bow down and understand that you can't win. And when you have used every weapon and we're still standing, what you gonna do then? Go back to that snake hole of sin and try again? Because when you do, I hope that Eve looks like me, because she ain't going to be so easily deceived. She ain't falling for the okie doke. She believes every word her God spoke. And this time, you will be defeated. It only looks like you're winning, but you really just cheated. You see, you lost before you got started. We thought you were shitting, but your weak ass farted. The aroma, the stench created by your actions and the words you speak, trying to look like the strong man in this bitch, but you're weak because you really don't understand, and you don't have a chance against my Black power. Walking around with your face twisted, looking sour, like it's a lemon you just ate. If I can just get our children to understand your true fate, they'd have no fear, because it's all a ruse. And it's the truth they'll choose, and it's who you will be stealing the blues. And I can finally get my breath back and take off this mask and stop grinning. Do you really have to ask if I'm winning? You knew the score from the beginning. God already told you how this was going to end. Enjoy it, because I will stop you with the power of my pen. Victory is mine, and your glory days are in the past. The chains are broken, and the truth has set me free at last. Say it with me, please. Free at last. Free at last. Thank God Almighty. I am free at last. My name is Kenadie Cobbin-Richardson, and this is my brave.